What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome to r/AskReddit with my terrible artwork, where today, a drill sergeant is gonna use a groundhog to get troops inspired. Okay, so the AskReddit question was, military Redditors, when you were in boot camp, what was the funniest thing you ever heard one of your drill sergeants say? We had a drill sergeant candidate shadowing a few of the other drill sergeants. Our first sergeant instructed him to yell at the CQ desk until he came back. There were trainees at the desk, but he was not to engage them. He was to yell at the desk itself. And it lasted an hour. It was freaking glorious. The crescendo of his tirade of insults was when he started negatively commenting on the type of wood the desk was made out of. I bet you're not even oak, you're probably just pine. Stupid, worthless pine. He then inspected the desk more closely. Freaking plywood? This motherfucker brings plywood into my training area? He was insulting the lineage of a freaking desk. All of us were literally on the ground laughing by that point. To his immense credit, he never once broke a smile, laughed, or repeated an insult during the entire hour or so that this was going on. Funniest thing I have seen in my life. This one was fun to draw. This one was very fun to draw. How do they come up with these things? Seriously, like, is there just some sort of improvisational thing that drill sergeants go through of like, oh, see object, make someone yell at it? Like, how do they do this? How do they come up with this? My goodness, that is a skill. My drill sergeant didn't say it, but I did. It was the end of the day and I was cleaning up in my wall locker. I hear, Yost. Slowly turning around, I say, what's up? It was my drill sergeant, and not a battle buddy, although they were around. My eyes got big like, oh crap, what did I just say? He says, what the frick did you just say? So I was like, what's up, drill sergeant? He almost lost his bearings and busted up laughing. It was the most awkward thing I saw on someone's face. He was trying to yell and laugh at the same time. Later after graduation, he came up to me and couldn't stop laughing about the incident. I could just picture that. You all remember when I told you to drill like you've got someone you care about watching you out there? Well, if you don't have anybody, do it for that groundhog. He's got his eye on you. There was literally a freaking groundhog taking a crap 10 feet away from the formation. Funniest crap ever. Yes, because nothing inspires a troop quite like a groundhog taking a dump. Oh, that's funny. Not necessarily a line, but the funniest moment of basic to me. We're around halfway through at the time, and we're getting smoked in our platoon bay. Smallish room, barely enough space for everyone in the front leaning, rest doing push-ups, concrete walls and windows, and it's wintertime. I can't even remember why we're being punished, but we've been forced to do exercise after exercise, and at the time we were doing push-ups. It's late at night. I think it was during what should have been our 30 minutes of free time to shower and get ready for lights out. Our drill sergeant was going off. Privates, I want to see the ceiling sweat in here. The windows are starting to sweat, the walls will be next, and I want the ceiling to start sweating so I can PT you while it rains. I will drown you in your own sweat. As she takes a breath to continue yelling, one kid from the back of the room goes, from the windows to the walls! She freaking died laughing on the spot. Only time any of our drill sergeants cracked like that the entire cycle. The combination of tiredness and laughing meant like half the platoon crashed into the floor. She walked out of the room laughing, came back, and just said, go to bed, privates. Good times. Wow, if that isn't a throwback reference. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that kid had guts to pull that line, because that could have gone entirely different. Hey, real quick, if you guys are enjoying the video, then I'd really appreciate it if you just smash that subscribe button and keep an eye out for when we put new stuff up. The whole point of this channel is to get positive and fun messages out there to people in a world where it's so negative, and subscribing to the channel really helps accomplish that goal. When our instructor called our formation 20-piece Chicken McNobodies. Hard not to bust up while at attention. Yeah, I can imagine that would be kind of hard not to bust up there. It was the middle of the night, and we were awake and sneakily writing letters to our loved ones. Then, out of nowhere, our sergeant, our brother's flight sergeant, and a random older Mexican man burst into the room and literally flipped the first bed, which has someone in it. I just remember hearing a loud boom and turning to see my buddy flying through the air in slow motion. The sergeants trashed everything, as you can imagine, while this Mexican guy stood in the corner the whole time. After destroying our rooms and lockers, they demanded it all be fixed and cleaned by the time they returned in the morning, and the three of them left. As we cleaned, we all talked and questioned each other on who the Mexican guy was. Well, on our last day in basic, we asked our sergeant who he was. He immediately starts laughing and says that they were at the bar and started talking to this random guy. The three of them did a bunch of shots together and got really drunk and started talking about how the two of them were training instructors. The guy mentioned how cool and funny it must be. They looked at each other, then they looked at him and said, "Wanna see?" So the three of them hopped in a cab, smashed in the room in the middle of the night, and wrecked everything worse than I think I saw the whole time I was in basic. All because they got drunk with a Mexican and thought it'd be funny. Yep, like I said, it's gotta be an improvisational thing with these drill instructors. I mean, my goodness. Who just... Seriously, that's nuts. Oh boy, have I got a story for you. So I was in the Air Force basic training. We had this kid whose name I cannot remember now. Probably because our training instructor had a special name for him. "Hey, Marty McFly, get over here." We all sort of chuckle or fight them off. This goes on for weeks and weeks. Well, one day this kid is sort of having a bad day and he keeps screwing things up. The training instructor loses his mind and says, "Gosh dang it, Marty McFly, get over here," and blah, blah, blah. The kid snaps. "Why do you keep calling me Marty McFly?" The TI responds, "Because your glasses are so thick you can see into the future." We all laughed our butts off and had to do push-ups. Well, definitely sounds like it was worth it. See into the future, my goodness. No, what would make that better is if that kid drove a DeLorean. Then that would be spot on. On a side note though, can we just talk about how badly designed of a car the DeLorean was? I mean, my gosh, who thought that would be a model that would catch on? Seriously. Doors that open up so you can't park next to anyone? I mean, what? That was r/AskReddit, and if you want more funny stories from boot camp, then go ahead and click the link right here. Or if you want to see more badly drawn Reddit stories, go ahead and click the link right here. Now you guys, stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you all on Friday with more funny and clean Ask Reddit content. Until then, stay beautiful, people.